Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, a new Whimpering Wastes reset is upon us. And I think that this is going to be a really pivotal moment for the game mode because we basically have had two resets where the HP of the mobs has increased by a significant amount, about 114% compared to the prior resets. And there have been some adjustments made, some new mechanics added like Burning Waves that haven't really hit the mark in the most recent update. And so I'm hoping that the devs have cooked up something to change up the game mode, maybe less HP on the mobs, something like that, or just better overall tokens. Because, well, it's safe to say that the game mode has become a kind of unachievable for a lot of players, depending on the units that they have on their roster, either through skill or, you know, just roster building and stuff like that. So let's go ahead, let's break it all down. Let's see first and foremost what we're looking at over here when it comes to the token overview. So what we've got over here, and let me just move my camera a little bit, is 3 tokens. So the first one's going to be Haven That Gleams Elegantly. Grants a 30% fusion damage bonus, and when the active resonator uses an echo skill or deals echo skill damage, they recover additional ember, which is basically going to be how you build up resources in, to trigger Burning Waves, which causes all of your attacks to deal more damage. When the active resonator deals damage while in Burning Waves, they unleash an AoE attack, dealing fusion damage equal to 1600% of their attack in total, triggered up to 1 time every 6 seconds. Okay, so this is definitely designed around Galbraina, who is without a doubt going to deal echo skill damage, but this also does look like a token that, honestly, a lot of characters can actually use because, well, it's just while you're in the Burning Wave state, you'll deal this damage. And it's just considered as echo skill damage. But as long as you're triggering and just using an echo skill, you'll recover that additional ember. So we'll experiment around, see how this works in things like the fusion team and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure it can be used in some other lineups as well. Maybe if you're using like a main DPS Encore or something like that. So we'll see how this one turns out. But we got reruns of some other tokens that have that have existed in the game mode already. This one's going to give you a 20% electro and arrow damage bonus, and when you gain a shield, you recover ember. This is essentially designed for being used with an Augusta or a Iuno. That's why it has the 2 different damage bonuses. And when you deal damage in the Burning Wave state, you'll deal electro damage equal to 2400% of your attack in total, triggered once every 6 seconds. So it's kind of just straight up a better version of this one, the 1600%. It's about 800% more, but doesn't have the echo skill typing. So that's what this one, Gaze That Drowns in Dreams, is looking like. Now, let's take a look at Breeze from Faraway Shores. And this is clearly, right, like the Arrow Erosion Cartithia based reset over here. When a resonator inflicts arrow erosion upon enemies, the active resonator in the team gains a 40% arrow damage bonus, stacking up to 3 times. So yes, Chakona owners and Cartithia users will gain a lot of benefit from this. The main concern that I have over here is the fact that not a single one of these gold tokens is general. They all have a very specific sort of typing on here. One is clearly made for Arrow team members. One is made for Augusta and Iuno, the shielders. And then this is probably the most general, ironically, the most general of all the tokens, but it still has a 30% fusion damage bonus tacked on, but everyone should theoretically be able to activate this and gain, gain that increased ember buildup for Burning Waves. The rest of the tokens are pretty much going to be exactly the same. We got all the purple ones and stuff like that. These have remained pretty consistent over the patch. So it does look like this might be like a Plunderer's reset for a lot of teams. The tokens aren't looking that great so far, but I've got to see how the tuning of HP has been in the game mode to, make a judge of how bad this actually is. No general token. But if the HP of the mobs has gone down, then maybe the lack of general token isn't too much of a concern. So let's just go ahead. Let's check it out and see what the lineup is over here. Okay, so the environment report is going to be damage dealt is increased by 30%. Dealing damage or defeating enemies restores ember. There's 2, remember, there's 2 tokens that increase your ember as well. And then at max ember, you're going to enter Burning Waves, deal 60% extra damage for 30 seconds. So that's why that additional ember buildup is so helpful. Now let's go ahead, let's take a look, see what the enemies are for each half. So the first one's going to be Havoc and Spectro enemies. Yes, the Nimbus Wraith, the Cuddlewaddle has no attribute to them, but then it's going to be a lot of Havoc in the first half. So Phrolova maybe might be struggling a little bit over here. In the second half, we're going to have 3 Havoc enemies and 1 Spectro. So I do believe that this is like the reset where Phrolova's not supposed to feel as good. She doesn't have the token that, you know, boosts Echo skill damage and then deals the damage. There's no Chop Chops either, so that might be something that a lot of people are excited about. But it's clear that Havoc teams aren't going to be doing particularly good. So your Camellias, cooked. Your Havoc Rovers, cooked. And your, your Phrolovas, maybe they'll just deal enough damage to brute force it because Phrolova is broken in this game mode, but she might be cooked as well. So I don't think there's too much of a reason to try out those teams in particular. I do want to see how like some more traditional lineups are going to feel. So with that out of the way, let's just go ahead and try some very classical sort of teams. The first one that I want to give a bit of a try is, well, based off the fact that we don't really have, once again, any resistant enemies, we're going to avoid the Spectro and the Havoc teams. Let's just see how a Carlotta team does. And once again, the reason for this is to just like test out some of the more standard teams in the game with, of course, the best tokens that we can put on them. And this one's a little bit unfortunate, but I do think Plunderers is what we're going to have to go for. Now, on the second half, we're going to be using another classical lineup, ladies and gentlemen. And this one is going to be, well, everyone's favorite, a literal 1.0 team. Over here, Jiyan Mortefi. And I think I'm just going to use Plunderers for this one, too, because there's not really something that works out well for us. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the gear on the temes. The Carlotta build is looking great. Shorekeeper build, Jeja build, all looking good. The Jiyan is absolutely... He's going to be using Augusta Sig because it's the best one that we got. Marina's looking good. And Mortefi is literally naked. Okay, let's... Oh, shit. All right, we're going to have to put a Moonlit Clouds on him. Alrighty. Surely we got a Static Mist, right? Let's do that. Alrighty. Let's give this a bit of a go and see how the first clear is. I'm a little bit scared, but let's get right on into it. Again, with the lack of general tokens, I'm just hoping the HP has gone down significantly, so we'll see.
Load my compliments. My compliments. The stage is safe. Surrender. Still recognized.
Honestly, the HP might have gone down. These guys don't actually feel like they're that crazy.
Astral modulation.
It looks like it's lower HP, but maybe I'm just tripping.
Here comes after the Spartan.
Maybe I'm just tripping.
My compliments. Take this. You will yield. Victory favors me. Masterpiece complete.
Again, and we're going to be on C, so there's naturally going to be like a little bit of,
So recognizing.
yeah, I don't know. This seems like HP deflation to me.
With time.
So the Kuro games, listen.
Witness the art's true form.
The Burning Waves buildup is also undeniably faster.
Brilliance lights the way. The world is mine.
And again, our goal is to just get like 2,000 something. I think we're easily going to reach that. And again, this is with Plunderers, right? So no, this is like, this token's going to be available like every single reset.
Ordained. Stay calm.
And I am playing this kind of like not the best. I can definitely like go way sweatier on these rotations. Do some stuff like some cancels and stuff like that. I'm playing this pretty damn casually, right?
My compliment. Found your weak spot.
Like over there, I just completely missed that shit.
Victory favors me.
I'm playing this team really slow.
Surrender.
I'll do a slight optimization over here. Let's see what this damage did. Let's see what this damage looks like.
Still recognized.
Okay, we didn't have our outro skill up, so we didn't one-shot those, but yeah, I mean, that is looking
Loading.
2.5k with Plunderers playing like that on side 1. That's better, guys. I played that really casually. I was just going through the rotations. I was on the Concerto side, so I didn't even have my Liberation starting out. That's a very casual clear, right? And that's a 2.5k. We're already over the mark that we wanted of 2.25. So the lack of general token, gold token, doesn't seem like it's an issue over here. The Burning Waves buildup seems like it was much faster. And once again, this isn't really a team you even want to do on side 1 because Carlotta's Liberation, right, is such a big part of her kit. So, yeah, Whimpering Wastes, at least that first side, seemed okay. Now let's try it out with the Jiyan team.
Break. Life is in everything.
Fury boil.
Oh my, wait, there's no way I was killing these this fast. There's no way I was killing them this fast before. I just cleared 2 waves while being on my support and sub DPS. Oh, they're getting fucking shredded and Burning Waves isn't even up yet.
Fury boil.
Okay, my Varina's kind of getting destroyed though.
Fury boil.
Yeah, and I think ping is definitely like ruining me right now.
Let's do this another.
Oh my god, I just grieved.
Ready for battle. Unstoppable.
Yeah, it's like a whole like second for some of these waves to like spawn. It's a little bit annoying, but you know, it is what it is, right? Oh my, I'm getting my ass actually beat. Let's just be real here. I am playing this team awfully right now.
Luminous energy.
I am playing this team awfully right now, and like, with Burning Waves up, I feel like it's going to be okay.
Let's do your wide open another way.
I can't even see what's going on.
As you wish.
Okay, I can probably play this side way better. I think that there was definitely a severe amount of skill issues in this clear. I don't think anyone can deny that. And once again, right, we are using a pretty... We are using the Augusta weapon on Jiyan over here. So you'll probably get way better results with this SIG. But yeah, overall, I mean, we'll give this one another try because I think that there were a lot of interruptions in the rotation over here. But I don't think that's a bad time at all, especially given how dog shit I just played. I was basically griefing that entire run. If that Carlotta team is scoring 2.5k, I can definitely do way better with the Jiyan one. So yeah, I was basically griefing that run entirely. Another thing is how the Plunderer token works. You'll notice that this Mortife's build has a lot of issues. His attack is very low, but his ER is super high. And the thing is that Plunderer scales off of your attack. You're noticing, right, in the middle of the run, that's not looking that great. It's because, well, we've got a lot of shit like this in the subs. So yeah, if the subs are better on your character, you have more damage, well, Plunderers is going to deal more damage. So that's what it looked like for run number 1. Again, I'm perfectly fine with that performance over there because you can see how badly I played that Jiyan team. It was fucking awful, right? So the Carlotta team, I think, is just a good indicative of the results that you're going to get. I played it extremely suboptimally and got like a 2.5. Camellia would be a good team to try if there weren't all Havoc enemies. So I think that trying Camellia, she's just not going to look particularly good. So what we'll do over here is just see how Phrolova does into all of these resistances and then kind of like go from there. I just want to see how this team does with all of the barriers that are naturally in there. And I guess for the healing, I guess we'll just use like this token because I don't think this team heals enough to use Plunderers. On this side over here, let me go ahead. Let's try out try Xiangli Yao. That's a good idea. We can try out Xiangli Yao Yinlin. No, yeah, we'll try out Xiangli Yao Yinlin. That's a good idea. Make sure she has String Master as well. And we'll see how this one goes. Oh, does brother only have a Stonard? Ooh, that's rough. Rosia will be fine with the Stonard, right? That team's broken. And let's make sure that he has a good set. Okay, that should be good enough. That's the lineup over here. All right. Yeah, Rosia's fine on Stonard. It's no big deal. And we'll go Plunderers on this team because, well, all these characters deal electro damage. So Plunderers will even have, like, additional synergy with them. So, yeah, let's give this one a bit of a go. Not enough crit. It shouldn't matter. We're losing, like, barely any of the attack buff.
Symphony of life. It's just ready. Chant songs of love.
Okay. I'm playing that one a little bit slow for sure. It's been a minute since I played Phrolova. But I will say, yeah, the damage is without a doubt significantly. Yeah, having a bunch of Havoc-resistant enemies is not the best. But I'm pretty sure she could just brute force it. Well, because this character is broken, right? I will say, though, the time isn't looking that great as I'm playing like this. I mean, there are some waves that we're naturally going to, like, delete. I think, like, this one. I'm of the opinion that, yes, we did put on Stonard on Rosia. I don't think that's enough to make the clear feel this much worse compared to some of the prior. Okay, it's coming back. Yeah, as we're building up the after sound, it's coming back. But when you're, like, on phases like this, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, we're not really dealing any damage with those units. You didn't ult off Phrolova? Oh. Oh, that... Yeah, you gotta remember to do that one. Whoopsies. Okay, let's just see how the clear... If we're still getting 2k after I literally grief like this, how bad can it be, right? Yeah, it's still getting, like, clearable scores. When I grief into the resistance, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be fine. Yeah, you're getting passable scores when I'm playing like that. I Giga griefed it. I'm pretty sure it goes maybe to 3k. Then again, all I did was miss a liberation. So maybe it's at like a comfortable 2.5, 2.6, 2.7. All I know is everything went wrong in that clear and we still got a passing score. So yeah, it's probably a fine team. That's 2.2 with griefing. Probably a 2.6, 2.7 average. So yeah, this team is just consistently going to clear, even without a token, and even with Havoc-resistant enemies. But without a doubt, it would not clear if the difficulty or the HP or Burning Waves was going as slow as it was prior to the patch. So now that we've done that, let's do the second half. Yeah, that team is going to be unconquerable in Wiwa. At least from what I'm concerned. It's just too AoE focused. Now we got the star team over here. And this one's going to be rough. I'm just going to be honest with you. I feel like this one is going to be really damn rough. But we'll see.
Tear them to pieces. Zap strength. It's our curtain call. Back off.
Variable elimination. Very confined within limits. Exploit. Pride. Reconfiguration. Complete oath.
How bad is this? Is this good or bad?
scintillation. Tear them to pieces. Obey me. Time to wrap it up.
Variable elimination. Pierce through the stars. Exploit.
Okay, we got burning waves going on. Oh, he canceled one of my cubes.
Reconfiguration. Conditions up. Complete.
Ordain. Diminish. Obey me. Loading in war with time. Tear them to pieces. I've had enough. Get lost.
Variable elimination.
This is actually...
Confined within limits. Exploit. Profit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got some crazy misses over here.
Exploit. Profit. Reconfiguration.
Our outro skill like literally fell off because we missed some of the attacks.
Reconfiguration. Complete.
Oath from the heart.
Yeah, oh my, this clears. Guys, Weewa is saved. This is pretty much indicative footage that Weewa is saved, ladies and gentlemen. This Xiangli Yao Yinlin team is fucking cooking. I don't really know what else to say. Right? Like, this is, like, if this thing is clearing, then we're pretty much good, right?
Pierce through the stars.
And again, like, I had a lot of grief moments in that gameplay, but that's just a 2.6k run. So, yeah, I mean, hey, Kuro Games listened. I gotta give credit where credit is due. They took the advice that I gave. Maybe it wasn't for me, maybe it was from the beta testers, all of that, who knows where it came from. But they literally did the exact changes that I suggested. They made Burning Waves build up much faster, then they proceeded to reduce the HP of the mobs at the same exact time. So now higher scores in this game mode feel way more achievable. The Xiangli Yao Yinlin team felt amazing, if I'm frankly being honest, because, again, I had a lot of mistakes in that run, and I was getting a very comfy 2.6k. Not doing anything crazy. I did, like, a couple swap cancels on Yinlin's skill, but I wasn't busting my balls to get that clear. So, yeah, I mean, this is, theoretically, one of the worst teams in the game, right? It is the worst performing team in the TOA, and that absolutely wiped the game mode. So, yeah, again, with purple tokens, not even gold ones. So, now that we've covered, I think, the biggest issues with the game mode, it's saved. How about we take some teams to the limit and see what it looks like when you're using turbo-optimized stuff with the best possible tokens, right? Because that's also part of the fun over here. Now that we've seen that Weewa is balanced, why don't we see what it looks like when you maximize the potential of all the buffs and go a little bit crazy? I think we're all a little bit curious about that for now that the biggest concerns with the game mode have been alleviated. So let's just take a look. So the first team that we're gonna run is, of course, going to be Mono Fusion, ladies and gentlemen, utilizing this Haven that gleams elegantly. Because, well, Fusion should do all right, even if we don't have a massive number of Echo skills to cast. Second, what we're going to be up to is, well, let's try out this team. Let's try out this team over here and just run our, well, a Shorekeeper Augusta Iuno. Because that's who this lineup is designed for. And let's just make sure all the characters are adequately geared.
Triumph follows.
That's a little bit rough. Yeah, she doesn't want that one. Okay, make sure all the SIGs and stuff are on there. Take a look at the builds over here. I think we're looking good. Damn, this Iuno's crazy. I think we're looking good. So let's give this one a bit of a try. See what it looks like with all cylinders firing. This one's gonna be a little bit rough. I already know. I kind of like hate.
Take full
At the helm.
together we
Different.
mind's eye.
Using this team on like the front side, but I guess we just got to do that, right?
Be reduced to cinders.
All right, there we go. Why is this guy so tanky? Oh, this is absolutely getting shredded, bro. Where's the wave?
Same actor, different role.
Together we vanish.
I mean, what can I say? This is absolutely demolishing shit. Shit's just getting deleted off the screen.
Beckon the divine flame. Take full.
We missed Lupa's enhanced intro too, so if you rotate a little bit faster, you'll be able to get some slightly better results.
Epic shot. In the limelight.
But yeah, I mean, this team is just absolutely crushing, right?
Same actor,
Together we vanish.
different role.
Here's the blade. My blade. You take full.
I missed my true side attack. So we're not gonna get another enhanced Lupa intro because I got griefed by the targeting.
Who's the caged bird now?
Yeah, we missed a Forte stack, so that is what it is, right? I think I spent way too much time at the beginning dealing with some excess mobs. I think this easily goes to 3K. Yeah, this goes to 3K if I don't have some of the targeting issues. But yeah, it went to... Okay, that was at 2.8K. I think without targeting issues, that's like 3.5K plus. 3K plus. So yeah, this team obviously is going to crush it. Once again, these are our first runs of the day on a bunch of different teams. So if anything, this was more so what your clears would look like trying that stuff out. So now let's go ahead. Let's try out the Iuno team and just see what it looks like over here, because I think this one is going to be insane.
Lion graft you knew.
Bro, why are they doing that?
With style and grace. The moon is full. Face me. Fate in my mark.
They weren't doing this when I was using any of the other teams, though.
Invincible. Pathetic struggle. All blood. Chrysanthemum. Yeah, it ends now.
I can't even see what's going on anymore.
Loading. Astral modulation.
I'll indulge you. Taste my resolve. Face me.
Oh my lord, brother. We're absolutely cooking them.
Be my prey. This is mine. Roars of conquest. In one strike. Winners win.
Yeah, I mean,
My valor never fails. In control.
well,
Ordained.
yeah, this team is going to be pretty damn good because Yuno's just coming in and then just deleting a wave with her entire liberation. Ah, shit, I kind of messed up. Ah, it doesn't really matter, does it?
The moon is full. Praise me. Well, at my strength. Future. Reshape. This is might. Yeah. Unmatched. Sea of my giant.
Yeah, turns out having permanent uptime is really strong.
One sight is enough.
Oath from the heart. In war with time.
Yeah, this team's a little bit powerful, bro.
With style and grace. sir. My call. Entertain me.
The sound bugged out.
Causality. Over to fight by myself. In control.
Yeah, that's a pretty good score. Yeah, that's a pretty good score. Yeah, just casual 4.5k. That's a pretty good score. S0R1. That's a pretty good score. That token's pretty good. But yeah, I do genuinely think that game mode has become so much more balanced, because the fact that I got results like this on the Xiangli Yao team, that's enough for me to know that, okay, this is clearly how the game mode is being designed right now. Getting a 2.2k is not going to be hard if you have a built team. If you have the teams that you were taking in the last reset that were getting like 1k, 1.5k, 1.6k, stuff like that, they'll easily get 2.2k, right? And the thing is, the Jiyan that I was using, we were using it with a Mortifi team where the Mortifi's build was a little bit wonky, and he was also using Augusta's weapon, and I was also playing that team like shit. That's the only one that looked bad, and it basically doesn't have any of the same resources that all these other teams have. Because I think that was also the only team I used a Verena on. So I would just say overall, pretty much looks good. And I'm 100% certain they've done some wiring in the back end to reduce the HP of the mobs, because attacks that weren't one-shotting them before are 1000% one-shotting them right now. And so all I'll say is that the main issues that anyone's going to have with this reset is going to be pretty simple. If you're using characters like this, or you're using characters like, I don't know, this or that, or you're using her or him in Havoc form, you're gonna have some issues. You're not gonna have a good time if this lineup of DPSs are what you were trying to use, right? Because you got Spectro and Havoc resistant enemies over here, and then more Spectro and Havoc resistant enemies over here. So this is where the Weewa reset, I think, is going to feel kind of off for some players. If you're maining any of these units, then I think you're going to have a bit of a rough time. And that's just how, like, element typing or attribute typing is going to work. Can you try it? I've already tried a Phrolova team, and it did feel like it was suffering kind of significantly. I can only imagine that a Camellia team's only going to do worse. Same thing with the Zani, Phoebe, Jinxie, all of those, because, well, we saw what the impact of resistance was for another team. We can just translate it as these teams are going to have a really big time, really big struggle trying to clear. So I don't really think I need to do any demonstrations of that one, just to tell you that, yes, dealing 40% less damage to all these enemies is going to result in a bit of a rough time. But yeah, I think the last team that we'll try is just, I mean, what if you use... I don't really think the fusion token really matters that much, because I think the additional buildup of, like, the Burning Waves isn't really that great. Try Phrolova with the fusion token. I could, but the Phrolova team clears without the fusion token. So I don't think it really matters that much, because it just clears with one of the purple tokens. The teams that I'll recommend for this reset are pretty simple. If you're looking to get some of the highest scores possible, this duo is going to absolutely wipe the floor. This duo is also going to wipe the floor. Plus any variations that you include of the Arrow team using, you know, either like an Arrow Rover, a Jiyan, a Iuno, all these different lineups. Basically, anybody that's able to build up this bonus. But then Iuno can also be played, right, as like a main DPS or whatever with this, on the Augusta team with that. This is the main token that seems like it's a little bit more specific, but overall, it deals enough damage, and it has a general enough bonus that, yes, Galbraina is clearly going to get a lot of benefit from this, but any fusion character or any team with fusion characters on it can also benefit from it too. So, yeah, I've got to say, for the testing today and the first impressions of this Weewa reset, I think Kuro Games got it right. And I think, once again, they listened to all the correct feedback when it came to adjusting this game mode. HP has undeniably gone down. Burning Waves is easier to build up, and it seems like the game mode is in a great state of balance, right? Especially following the past two patches that we've had. And so I think that Kuro Games has listened. I think they've listened well. The main thing that I'm looking for right now is, please just add more general tokens. I don't think we needed this one again. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think we needed this arrow erosion one again, but then again, Chacona is on banner. So maybe that's why they're doing it, because Chacona and Iuno are the ones on banner. But if that's the case, did we need Galbrena's on here when she's releasing in 10 plus days? Probably. I guess that's one of the issues, and that's one of the concerns of having Weewa on a monthly reset, is that you can go through multiple banners in 1 month. And so, I don't really know. Maybe it's a better idea to have TOA and Weewa on 2-week resets, both of them, so that these buffs can be more dynamically updated for the actual character that's on banner. And you can still have room for general ones, because right now, they have to cover Chacona and Iuno's banners, and then they also have to cover Galbrena's, because this is 30 days long. But it's like, this one feels like it doesn't belong here, and it should have been delayed for maybe 2 weeks from now, because that's when Galbrena would come out. So, I really do think that we're at a stage where it should be 2 on banner, plus 1 general token, or you add a 4th generalist token, or you just have 2 bi-weekly resets a month, versus whatever system we have right now, because this is just, I think that this is starting to feel a little bit restrictive in terms of the buffs that they can offer. So yeah, I think TOA and Weewa should both be on bi-weekly resets at this point. And that would be, I think, the main improvement that makes the most sense, because yeah, I think that's where a lot of the issues are coming from. So yeah, that'll be that for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad that we finally get to make a positive Weewa video, because the game mode has been rough for the past couple of months. Past 2 months, actually. And this seems like a fantastic step forward. So let me know what your guys' experience with the game mode is, whether or not you're experiencing the same clearability that I am, or if I'm actually overstating the changes the devs have done. But I think they've hit it on the head with this one. So yeah, that'll be that for this one. Let me know what you all thought. Peace.